The catch. They are strangers, arms outstretched, waiting for the boy to fall.
小镇建于20世纪70年代，规划区别于法国其他郊区城镇，依山傍湖，配套一应俱全，曾被称为现代乌托邦，以吸引各种社会背景的居民。但是理想很丰满，现实很骨感。2010年夏，警察开枪射杀一名赌场偷窃嫌犯，引发骚乱。时任法国总统为此发表了一个广受争议的反移民演说。2012年，两帮青年因争吵起冲突致两死。此后，中产离开，移民涌入，小镇背负污名，疏于管理。2021年某天
Minutes earlier, 3 of them had tried to wrench open the apartment door. But it was too swollen by the heat of the fire. So the brothers, 3 and 10 years old, are trapped. They are crying at a window, 15 meters up, choking on thick black smoke billowing behind them. To their left, flames rage from a carpet draped over a balcony railing. Hekmi, Walid, and Lucas, the men who tried to force the boy's door, have run back down the tower block stairs to join 4 others outside. They are Elias, Guelord, Moussane and Bilal. None of the men knows each other. Lav is home to several thousand people, a town within a town. A crowd is looking on, panicked by the scene unfolding before them. Moussane asks if anyone knows the name of the eldest boy. Sofiane, someone replies. The men call up to Sofiane, telling him that he and his brother have to jump. Guelord shouts that the younger boy needs to go first. Sofiane should throw him down. The 10-year-old hesitates. He looks at the ground. Behind him the smoke has thickened. The balcony is burning even more fiercely. It's better to break an arm or a hand than to burn at home, Hekmi shouts up. Sofiane grabs his brother, Suleiman, and dangles him by his t-shirt out of the window. But he doesn't immediately let go. He's looking down, seeing if the men are ready. He held him for a few seconds in the air. He wanted to make sure that his brother would land in our arms, recounts Elias. Sofiane drops Suleiman. The onlookers scream. The 3-year-old, crashing through the air like a cannonball, according to Elias, bangs his foot against a windowsill which flips him, so that he is now plummeting head first. Moussane manages to catch him with the help of his chest, Hekmi with his shoulders. Behind, Bilal helps Moussane brace against the impact. The 3 men collapse to the ground. The men started out on the 21st of July as strangers, even though most live in or close to Lav. Moussane had moved an apartment 200 meters from the burning building. He was on his way to the supermarket when he heard screams. Guelord, a special needs teacher, was on his way to the tower block to meet his father-in-law for lunch when he saw the commotion. The 2 youngest men, Lucas and Walid, saw the flames from their neighboring apartment blocks. Walid, a 25-year-old student, sprinted into the lift of Tower 54. He was joined at the children's door by Lucas, a 19-year-old construction worker, who had hurtled up the stairs. Hekmi had been photocopying documents in a social center nearby. He came outside to find the temperature had soared in the midday sun. Lifting his head to swig from a bottle of water, he saw the smoke out the corner of his eye. Elias, a lift technician, had been carrying out checks in Lav and was rounding the corner of the block for his last appointment before lunch when he drove past the commotion, stopped the car, and ran back. Now, just minutes after gathering at the foot of the tower block, they are holding Suleiman. It's like a vehicle falling into your arms. I felt a terrible pain, recounts Elias. But they have done it. The boy is safe. It's Hekmi who gets up with the 3-year-old, and as he lifts him up, he feels his back cracking. He is too injured to help with the second rescue. The other 6 get back into position. 10-year-old Sofian is much bigger and heavier than his brother. Musane, a former security forces officer, looks up and tries to estimate. About 40 kilos, he guesses. He knows the force will be much more difficult to absorb. Guelord is to his right, strong enough, Musane reckons, that between them they can lock together to brace against the impact. He grabs the 29-year-old's arm. The men are worried. They can't see Sofian. But he soon reappears through the thickening smoke. He climbs through the open window to sit on the sill. His feet dangle over the edge, and he looks down at the ground. The men wait. It seems like an eternity, but it's only a few seconds. Finally, he levers himself over the windowsill, hangs, then lets go. His right foot strikes Musane, his left foot Guelord. Both fall under the impact. Musane screams in pain. The bone in his wrist looks deformed. Guelord realizes he has broken his thumb. Walid has fractured his wrist, Lucas his hand. Bilal is thought to have broken a finger. But Sofian is unharmed. The 2 children were unscathed. The boys was saved by a group of immigrants. 10 days after the fire, the 7 men injured in the rescue effort were presented with medals of honor at City Hall. But only 6 of them had their identities inscribed on their medals. Bilal's name was left off. He is reported to have fled the rescue scene when the fire service arrived, is an undocumented migrant. According to French media, he arrived in France in 2018, and has been sleeping on friends' floors doing odd jobs. He hopes to get the necessary paperwork to live and work legally, reports say. The other 6 are Musane from Morocco, Guelord from Congo, Walid from the Comoros, Lucas from Romania, Hekmi originally from Tunisia, and Elias from Algeria.